Good evening, my friends. President Biden will be passing several new executive orders this very week in efforts to gain more support from the American people. Congress says they have plans to significantly decrease the number of Americans who are living in poverty. Friends, this would be through a new stimulus program. So please make sure to watch until the end of this video for everything that you need to know about this new relief program. Also, do share this video with your friends and family and on social media if they need more honest stimulus news. Also, at the end of this video, I will be announcing the 3 winners of this week's $100 Walmart gift card giveaway.
And by the way, one of the things the President put me in charge of, I want to be clear here, President Obama put me in charge of when I was Vice President. I was able to invest in that legislation that I put together. We brought down the price of solar and wind cheaper than coal and cheaper than oil on a BTU basis. It's cheaper. Coal built this town and this part of the country. But we got to provide other avenues for people to make the same kind of living they used to be able to make. Look, all told, I just said this project is going to save literally hundreds of millions of barrels of oil annually. But folks here in Pennsylvania know the cost of inaction when it comes to climate change. Extreme weather has cost this state $10 billion over the last decade. And nationally, as I said, extreme weather conditions cost $99 billion last year. And I flew over all this territory in helicopter in Marine One, not a joke. See it. See reservoirs that are down 60, 80 feet. Concerned about the Colorado River, whether or not we're going to be able to keep things moving. Not a joke. It's real. This is serious stuff. And so, you know, it's not going to ease up on its own. We have to invest in our resilience.
So according to a new report by the U.S. Census Bureau, the number of Americans living in poverty decreased when crisis stimulus payments were factored in. The official poverty measure, which is determined by the Census Bureau, had indicated that 11.4% of Americans were living in deep poverty, which is an increase of 1 percentage point in the year 2020. The increase was the first after 5 consecutive years of decline. However, when looking at a more complete supplemental measure of poverty, which factored in streams of income, such as the stimulus payments, which were issued by the government to ease the recession which was caused by the crisis, found that the number of Americans in poverty actually decreased. Robert Greenstein, who is the founder of the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities, which is a nonprofit that advocates on behalf of low-income individuals, he told reporters this week that the decrease from the stimulus checks was proof that the government can help poverty levels. The crisis shutdown sent tremors through the economy. And at one point, more than 20 million U.S. workers lost their jobs. Unemployment offices paid out a weekly average of 20 million claims during the year 2020. Now, the economy has rebounded a bit since, but employment is still millions of jobs below pre-crisis levels. So friends, it is very clear that another round of stimulus checks must be passed to help the American people immediately. The good news is that Democratic lawmakers are aiming to send out another direct payment in the form of a 4th stimulus check. More direct payments have support from at least 80 Democrats in Congress, as well as Vice President Harris, who has sponsored a bill for recurring payments as a senator. There have been at least 3 letters that have been sent to the White House since President Biden took office. Democrats are now debating on the amount of the 4th stimulus check, but support for a $2,000 stimulus check continues to grow. So friends, what do you think of a $2,000 stimulus check? Is that a sufficient amount? Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. When President Biden took the road this week, looking to shift attention back to his domestic policy efforts, there was a heavy focus on the economy and providing more financial assistance to the American people. President Biden made stops in the states of Iowa and North Carolina, which is his first domestic travel in more than a month. With just over 6 months to go until the midterm elections. The U.S. president plans to make trips to Oregon and Washington next week, as many other top officials make swings through 25 states over the next 3 weeks, with a specific focus on rural communities. As President Biden ramps up his travel once again, his message has increasingly focused on promoting the work that his administration is doing to try to lower prices amid record inflation. Many voters have stated that inflation is a top concern, and now just a third approve of Biden's handling of the economy in a recent NBC poll. At an event, President Biden said, "I'm doing everything within my power by executive orders to bring down the prices and address the crisis price hike." The White House has been focused on big efforts such as crisis stimulus funding and passage of a bill to support the semiconductor industry, which is the current focus on Biden's trip this week to North Carolina. President Biden has also been turning more to executive actions, signing an executive order last week on health insurance, signing an emergency waiver on ethanol fuel this week during a trip to Iowa, allowing it to be sold during the summer months, and using the Defense Production Act to boost production of batteries used in electric vehicles. Cabinet-level officials have also been traveling across the United States to promote the infrastructure law, an area Democratic strategists see as a selling point with voters ahead of the midterm elections. The officials plan to focus on promoting the law in rural communities, which have struggled in the past to get federal funding for infrastructure projects. These efforts come as President Biden's overall job approval rating has declined to 40%, the lowest of his presidency, in a national NBC News poll from March 27. In the poll, only a third of respondents said that they approve of Biden's handling of our economy. What are your thoughts on this? How do you think that President Biden is handling our economy? Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Well, my wonderful friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video. Thank you so very, very much for everyone who's watching and who has joined me here today. I greatly appreciate every single one of you. The 3 winners of this week's $100 Walmart gift card giveaway are Scott Johnston, Vivian McKeithen, and Deborah Pierce. Friends, please note that if I have announced you as a winner, it's important that you check your notifications page to go ahead and claim the gift card. Thank you so much, friends, and have a wonderful and blessed Easter weekend.